wanted to kind of like go back and ask, when you first got started, did you have any mentors or anyone that helped you out, or did you just rough it out and just straight up go through it? Because I know that I have met people where, you know, their learning curve was a little bit longer, but they didn't have any mentors. They didn't have anyone who they kind of talked to, and they were like pretty much a lone wolf. So how did you kind of going about like learning a lot of this stuff? Because you're a very like smart, intelligent guy. You know what you're talking about. So like, how did you acquire all that knowledge?
Well, you know, I got really, really lucky, but that came later. I'm self-taught in a lot of things that I do in my life. I've been self-taught through all of the businesses that I've started. I've been self-funded through all of them. I bootstrapped every single one of my businesses. I actually tried raising money one time for one of my companies, and I ended up just giving up on it because I was more interested in growing the company myself. So I've always been a self-starter throughout my life for everything. And trading was the same thing. And like I said in the top of the call here, you know, that first week, I thought I was on top of the world and unstoppable. Second week, the account's blown and it's like, oh God, I don't know anything. But, you know, being self-taught, you don't want to take no for an answer and you want to keep pushing. Luckily, I had the funds to keep driving through, but that didn't mean that I didn't bleed. And I bled like crazy. It was to the point where I think early on, I even took about a 6-month break completely from trading because it just wasn't working out for me. I kept trying, and it was just no matter what I did, I made the problem worse. And every single time that I thought I had it figured out, I go right back down and give back all of my winnings that I had for that week or that month or whatever the case. And then I'd give back even more and say, what the heck am I doing? So later on in life, I ended up moving to a place where there ended up being a lot of folks in the arena of trading in my neighborhood. And it was one of those places that was like a tax haven. And basically there was a lot of folks there. Peter Schiff was one of my neighbors. And there's some other heavy hitters in the area there that were either market makers or that they were, you know, publicly traded company. They were the owners of that or CFOs. These large heavy hitters, I would go to mixers with these guys and get to talking about, you know, the markets and everything. Obviously, I had an interest in it. And these folks would come over to my house. I'd get them all liquored up and we'd have these after parties, and then they'd start spilling all their secrets to me. So I learned a lot about what these small cap book runners are doing, how they're running these books, what these marketer makers are doing, how they're providing liquidity. And so I got to be buddied up with a lot of these folks in there, and specifically market makers who taught me a lot about how to do this. I remember even one of the market makers, he had a huge house there where he had a lot of quants that were writing algorithms for him. And these guys would come over to my house. I'd just get them smashed out on liquor. I don't even drink. I get them smashed out and they'd be telling me all their stories and everything. They'd have these algorithms. They had one called like the blood seeker algorithm, the predator algorithm, these algorithms that go after retail traders. And these things would just be insane. It'd be blowing your mind. And I couldn't even believe it half the time. And it was just nuts. So I learned a lot from that. And I picked up a couple mentors along the way.